Let me pull up the charger. Maybe this way. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, we are back. Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to today's live stream. This is actually the continuation. I lost you guys. I think maybe my internet was down or something, but I'm back. Thank you for staying tuned with me. My name is Kemelis, and today we are doing a retie on Microlocs Retie. This is for 8 weeks appointment. Okay, so you're welcome. Click on the like button to have this video reach more people. And you can kindly subscribe and turn on your notification bell for content on natural hair care. Earlier this week, I think on Sunday, I had uploaded a video where I was talking about how to start sister locks. I showed you how to do that from scratch. So if that is something you like to watch and know one or two things about, is now up for you to watch. Drop your comments in the comment section. If you have any question regarding what I'm doing, please feel free to ask. I'll be super happy to answer all your questions today. So I would like to have you drop in the comment where you're watching from. I'm streaming from Canada. Where are you joining me from? Hi, Joanne. Hi, Bucky. Hair and extension. How are you doing? Hope you're good. Thank you for joining me today. Uh,
It's time for you to change your thing.
okay. So for this retie, like I said, it's 8 weeks for her hair, and I'm doing 3-point rotation. In a bit, I will show you what 3-point rotation is. Let's get the likes coming in. Let's get up to about 40 likes to have more people join us on today's live stream. Let's see how globally we could reach today. And once again, you can drop in the comment section where you're joining me from. I'm streaming right from Canada. Are you in the United States, the Philippines? Where are you joining me from? Okay, I see we have a few people commenting in the section. Thank you so much. Oluchi says she's watching from Nigeria. Hi, Oluchi, my country person. How you day? I'm super happy to have you here, Oluchi. Hope you're good. Do you have locks presently, or do you kind of make locks for people? Let me know in the comment section. I'm super excited to have you here. And I also have boneless kimchi from Japan, originally from Bronx. I think I've had, is kimchi not a kind of food? Let me know, because I think I've eaten something like that before with the name kimchi here in Canada. So please, you can let me know boneless kimchi. Enlighten me, please. Thank you. And I have Ferdinand saying hi. Hi, Ferdinand. How are you doing? Hope you're good. Thank you once again for joining the stream today. My name is Camelise, and I bring to you all things natural hair care, with more focus on locks. So today what we are doing is just Microlocs Retie for my client. And this is for hair, she does 8 weeks appointment for the retie. Am I right? I think it's 8 weeks, yeah. Okay, let's have more comments coming in. And I have Sepatu saying hi. Hi Sepatu, how are you doing? I apologize if I am pronouncing your name wrong. I feel I am. So I apologize for that. Hope you're doing good. At this point, I will introduce the tools I'm using to you guys. And shortly we will do a demo on the 3-point rotation. I will show you the 2 ways you can do it, and also let you know why it's important for you to know your rotations if you are a loctician or if you have your locks on your head. So for today's appointment, I'm using 2 tools. This is my crochet hook. It comes in different sizes, but this is the size appropriate for the locks I'm working on today. And this is my 0.5 mm pin, crochet pin. I use that to tidy up the phrase and to also repair locks. Okay, you can drop in the comment section if you use any other tool apart from the 2 I've shown you today. I would love to also learn 1 or 2 things from you guys. Let's keep the likes and the comments coming. Where are you watching from? I'm streaming live from Canada. We have Oluchi joining us from Nigeria, and boneless kimchi from Japan. It's important that you make sure you separate the locks before retying to avoid them joining together. You don't want to combine your locks unintentionally, so you need to watch out. If your hook picks hair from the next lock, make sure to not continue with the pull through so that you don't lock that together. And making sure to watch out for this would help your client's grid to remain intact, because when you pick hair from the next lock, you're actually spoiling the grid and merging locks together. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let me change the camera angle so that you see what I'm doing. And I have Inkiru saying hi from Cuba. Hi Inkiru. Hope you're good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for dropping that in the comment. Inkiru, do you have locks presently? Or are you thinking of starting your lock journey anytime soon? So right about now, I would start a poll just to have an idea of my viewers, and that would help me bring tailored content that would benefit you. So let's do a poll. The poll is a simple one. You just let me know if you have locks, if you plan to have locks, or if you have braids, or you are a beautician like myself, like if you are a stylist, you make people's hair. So let's start the poll. It's going to be up for just about 5 minutes until we get 50 people to vote. Okay, the poll is up, and you can put in your vote in the next 5 minutes. Let's see how that goes. And after that, we would go ahead to do a slow motion demo of the 3-point rotation. Okay, we have 12 votes already. That is quite fast. Let's get it to 50, and then I'll bring down the vote, the poll, and we'll do a slow motion of 3-point rotation. We have 18 votes now. Count down to 50. That's 32 more votes to go. Thank you guys. I see your votes. Thank you. Now we are halfway there. 25 more votes to go, guys. Twenty more votes to go. Make that 18. Wow, this is fast. I think it's going to be up for lesser than 5 minutes. So guys, let's keep it coming in. Okay, while the vote is going on, let me start a discussion on rotations. I like to say that it's good you know the rotation your locks is being maintained in, or even if you're in loctations, you know the rotations you use for your clients, because sometimes your loctician might forget and you might be the one to remind them that, oh, you do 3-point rotations for me, you do 4 points, or you do 2-point rotation. Okay, and also you might have a reason to change your loctician, maybe you're moving or whatever, and you need to pass that information on to help make sure that your locks looks the same, it has the same symmetry. Okay, so that information is also very, very important. And we have 3 more votes to go. Ayub is saying aye. Donnie is saying aye. Hi, Ayub. Hi, Donnie. Thank you guys for joining today and for interacting with me. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And I think we have 50 votes. Good one, guys. Thank you. That went by so fast. So let's read the poll. What do we have here? Wow. Sisterlocks has the highest vote, followed by Microlocs, and then, wow, Stylists are tied with my, wow, that changed so fast. So Sisterlocks that's 2%, Stylist 30%, Dread 28%, and Microlocs 9%. So I have a lot of my colleagues watching me right now, and I'm super honored to have you guys here. Thank you so much for supporting me and for interacting with the live stream. I know that the poll might be blocking what I'm doing, so I will end it right now, even though we have more votes coming in. We have 55 votes now. Thank you guys, that was massive. Okay, I think it should clear up now and we can see what I'm doing. So we are going to go ahead and show what a 3-point rotation is. Just a few things to say before then. Number one is that you need to figure out where the last rotation was. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. By that I mean that to prevent having holes in your client's hair, you don't want to do the same rotation more than once in a cycle. Okay, so let's use this one. I hope it's zoomed in and you can see. Hi Tonya, how are you doing? Hope you're good. So from what I see here, see when you just do something like when I did this, you'll see that this feels like there is no space. But if I do this, you'll see the division. So it shows that the last, let me change the angle so that you see, it shows that the last retie was a downward pull. So I don't want to start by pulling downwards again. I'll create a hole in our locks. So that means I have to start from the side. When I lock, I always end downward, so I don't need to figure out where the last point is for my clients, but for new clients I have to figure it out. So let's assume we have to figure it out each time. So this is 6, this is 3, this is 9, this is 12, just using the hand of a clock. Now the last pull was 6, so I will do a 9, then come to 6, a 3, back to 6, a 9, back to 6, a 3, and don't forget I like to end it at a 6, so I'll do a 6. Now I've ended, it's lying down downwards. If I end with a 12, it's going to lie down upwards, which is not something we want. So that brings the question that what if you don't have enough room to end it downwards? Then it's okay to end it sideways. With sideways, it also lies down to the side, but not awkward. It's still going to find its place. So that happens once in a while, okay? So that's one thing to note. If that makes sense to you, click on the like button, subscribe for more tips on how to do this. And that's just one of the tips we'll be sharing today, okay? So stay tuned. I'll show it to you again. This is a 9, 6, 3, 6, 9. Now I want to end it 6. Hi Tonya, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Tonya is asking that where am I located? Yeah, thank you Tonya. I'm located in, sorry. Okay, so I'm in, where am I? It went off my head. Oh my god. I'm in Manitoba, that's in Canada. Oh my god. I didn't know, for some reason I was thinking another country. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, so Tonya, where are you watching from? Let me guess. United States? Let me know if I'm right in the comment section. Okay. So that is one way. Yay, I'm right. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so that is one way to do the 3-point rotation. We can do it another way, which I will show you in a bit. Because I'm right-handed, I can do it in 2 ways. If you are left-handed, the same thing. You can do it in 2 ways that will be convenient for you. However, it's possible to do it in 4 different directions, but I'm right-handed. I want to be so fast that I just mastered those 2 ways of doing 3-point rotation, but I'll show you both ways and just verbally explain the remaining 2 ways for you, which you would kind of guess once I show you the second way of having it done. Okay, so already saying, how do you unplait it, or can you come down? Okay, how do you unplait that kind of hairstyle? Thank you for asking, Oreb. Is the, something is blocking my chat. Is the service charge by the time or the number it locks? That's from Mrs. Rebecca. Thank you for that wonderful question. I would explain both. So Oreb, this is a permanent hairstyle. We don't unplait it or unlock it. People who do this want to do it for a long time. However, it's definitely possible to take it out. Okay, it's possible to unplait it. You comb out from the tip to the root. I have a video coming up this week that shows you my process of taking out locks, because that's a service some people ask for different reasons. They might be tired of their locks, or they don't like the style, the size. They want to do another size of locks, or they just, for whatever reason, you can take it out. Just know that you need patience, a lot of it, a lot of it. The video I have is just for 120 locks that I had to take out, and the locks is not even as long as this one I'm doing right now, and it took me 8 hours to complete. That's because I've been doing it for a while, so it takes a lot of time. If you want to take out your locks by yourself, you need to try to get people to join you. That would kind of make it easy. Maybe your friend or anybody that can help out to make it faster, and you would not easily bore out. Okay, and Mrs. Rebecca is asking that, is the service charged by time or by the number of locks? Thank you for asking. So it depends. It really depends on you and how they do it in your location. But I'll use myself as an example. I charge by the number of locks because I am very fast at doing this. Charging by time wouldn't make sense anymore. So I just classify locks into, so the normal locks would be anything 100 and below. Then I have another category that is above 100 and up to 200. Then the next category is from 200 plus up to 300 or 350 locks. But once you're more than 350 locks, that's another pricing, because the more the locks, the more the time you would use, right? So I think you can say both time and number of locks. However, sometimes the number of locks does not matter, because some clients would go, I I don't like saying this. My client is pointing at herself. I'm not coming for you, not you. This is funny. Some clients can go. So normally if you have Microlocs, like locks that are small, micro sister locks, your retire time is between 6 weeks and 8 months. Worst case scenario, 10 months. I've had someone go, sorry, that's a 10 months. I mean 10 weeks. Sorry, guys. Worst case scenario, 10 weeks. Thank you. But I've had someone go up to 10 months without a retire. Now, for that person, number does not work anymore. It has to be the time I would use, because it's going to be like you're just starting locks all over, trying to get the grid, trying to, a lot of things that you have to repair, like basically every lock. So do what works for you. One thing I do is that when I have new clients on my booking site, I put a disclaimer there that the pricing here does not apply to you. We need to have a consultation either before your appointment or before I start the hair, so that you know if the price is going to change or not. Okay, because at some point I was having people come to me when their hair is damaged. I'll have to invest my time, my knowledge, my energy and repair, and then they are off. So you just need to kind of set that boundary if that's what you want. The more the work, the more the service, the more the charge. So sometimes it's not really about the number of locks. It might have to be about the time you would spend. I hope I was able to answer that, Mrs. Rebecca. Let me know in the comment section if that answer made sense. And if it does, guys, click on the thumbs up, subscribe for more tips on how to maintain your locks and also your natural hair. And Ms. Rebecca said yes, thank you. You're welcome. Hello, Anna. How are you doing? Hope you're good. Thank you for joining on this live stream. So now, can your chair go lower? Can you help me check if the chair can go lower? Yeah, thank you. Hi, Tonya. Tonya also said thank you. I think that was a question you were planning to ask also. Okay, so now let's do another rotation, another way of doing a 3-point rotation. So see me use this 0.5 mm to join. You see this one is coming off the locks to join it back to the locks. That's what I use it for, mainly for repair. And this is the way to do it. If this is not clear enough, I have a video coming up scheduled for next Sunday that would show you how to use this pin. Yeah, but I can zoom in and try to walk you through, but it needs practice to use it. And believe me, when you have the skill of using this tiny pin, see how the lock is, you would be able to take repair clients, and working on repairs makes more money than just with tying. Okay, so for this second way of doing the 3-point rotation, I'll be using the 12, 3 and 6. So I ended at 6. Let me show you how you know once again. This is me. Can you see? That's the last rotation. So I don't want to go this way anymore. I want to make a bridge. So I'm going 3, 3. I can do 6 and go back to 3. Sorry. Then I'll do 9. Then 3. Then 6. And 3. I don't have enough to go to 9 and come to 3 and come to 6, so I'll just go back to 6. Does that make sense? What you want to avoid is repeating the same rotation more than once in a cycle. Let me mute. You see how this lock is trying to join with this one? You don't want that happening, because when it does, you've just succeeded in merging 2 locks together. Okay, so you separate it immediately. You notice that. That could happen from washing your hair. This motion kind of moves things around. So the point is catching it early and correcting it. Okay. Do I think Sister Locks is good for thin hair? Thank you for asking. Okay, so it depends, really. It depends more on the kind of, I don't know how to explain this. So
the thickness of the locks.
yeah, so she said it's thin hair, so I'm guessing the hair is not.
It's like my hair.
Is it like your hair, like the hair I'm doing right now, or not? Is it? Do you consider this to be thin hair? I feel like when I do consultations for people, I focus more on the volume of their hair, right? If your hair is like scanty, you don't have thick kind of natural hair, even if you want me to do 500 locks for you, I would advise you against that, because your hair is going to thin out fast, and that's not something you want, right? You don't want 2 years down the line, you're already repairing and repairing and repairing. So I would focus on the volume, and we will do kind of like a strand test. I will show you what it will look like if I do the size you want me to do, and what it will look like if I do the size I'm suggesting. At the end of it all, I do what the client wants, right? But it's good to just give this informed disclaimer kind of, right? So yeah, if you watch the video where I did sister lock installation tutorial, the client's hair is actually straight. She has straight hair. It's super coily, which is why I went ahead to do the sister locks for her, because her hair has tight curls. I feel like down the line it's going to get thicker. However, I did not go to the smallest lock size. I did a size that I feel like is going to be just good for her hair on the long run, right? So what I do is to have different sizes for micro locks and sister locks. In the video I showed you a tool I use to get my sizes. If you watch that video, you could let me know if you want me to do a demo of how I create the tools. Yeah, so you could let me know. That helps me to speed up the process of installing locks for clients. I don't have to be patting and wasting time on patting. I just use this tool. It helps me get the equal size of locks for every lock I pat. I hope I was able to answer your question, Tonya. And Mata is saying hi. Hi Mata, how you doing? Hope you're good. If you are just joining us on today's live stream, welcome to the team. My name is Kemalise, and I show you all things natural hair care here. Today we are doing a Microlocs Retie. Feel free to subscribe and join the family. I bring you live streams weekly, minimum of 3 or 4 times every week. We do a lot of tutorials and short videos, live streams. So if that's your groove, you're welcome to Braids by Kemalise. And on this channel, no gatekeeping. Ask your questions. I'll be super happy to answer to the best of my knowledge. Hi Nancy, how are you doing? Hope you're good. Are we doing center part or side part? I don't know. Center. Okay. Thank you.
Well, maybe we should do a side because there's a.
Yeah, the middle.
Yeah, do you see this little patch?
Yeah, let me mute. Yeah, I'm finishing.
Because I know I'm nosy, so I'm like, let me just avoid.
Okay, so Tonya said, yes, my hair got thinner as I got older, and some of the locks I had to join together. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, you could still do sister locks if you want. You will not just go for the extremely small sizes, and you would
Daddy.
let me mute. Hi guys, thank you for your patience. So Tonya said she has sister locks now. Oh, okay, I see. So if you have sister locks and they are thinning, if it's not breaking, you can leave them. Sometimes they bounce back and they get thicker. But if it's like the weight cannot carry the locks, then join it together to the next lock and you can detach the thin one off. That's one way to go about it. And sometimes if clients don't want to or sometimes if I notice that fine is thinning but the new growth is looking thick, I would just repair with extension. The thin part I would just repair it with human hair extension to just cover up the thinning, because we see that the root is going to bounce back, is getting thick, so that could happen. Yeah, this side, let me see if I can still get a center part. It's not arranged. Okay, I can get it with this. See, I'm gonna join this to this using my tool. This time I'm gonna do a slow-mo. So what you want to do is the pin will face the thin part, the large part of the pin will face downwards. I need to pick some of the fine hair. I don't know if you can see it, you can see it. Yeah, I'll change the direction. I think this should be better. Let me know if you can see it now. So this part that has the latch, I'll usually take some of the hair. You see how I've pulled, then I'll turn it, take from that side again, pull it out, turn it. You see, just go pull, turn, pull, turn. So more like if you know how to do crochet, like to crochet things, that's a technique. But as I'm pulling and turning it, I'm also turning our locks. Because if you notice, all the pull is happening on this side. I don't want all the lock to be arranged like this. It has to be cylindrical. So because of that, you keep turning the locks. And so that means you're doing it all around. And by the time you're done, sometimes I poke in the middle of the locks to pull hair. And it's easier to explain if I'm starting locks. So I'll post that video before the week runs out. So watch out for that, turn on your notification. Now you can see how this turned out. The hair is joined. Now I can do the retie. If that makes sense, let me know in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up, like if you've not already done so. Sorry. I'll do the same for this one because we have some hair that are detaching. And with time, the speed will come with more practice, okay? And you need to just open your eyes as you're working. Sometimes the lock doesn't pull to the end. Like this one, see how it's bulging here. If I continue, that's how I will have a lump in our locks. It's not something you want to do. You just use your finger to slide it down. And those little things are what differentiates a loctician that knows what they are doing from someone who is just winging it, okay? So you have to just pay attention. I like to pay attention to those little things. This is the third way of doing locks, 3-point rotation. I'm doing this to the other side. So I'm going this way. But it's not advisable because I want the lock to lie down this way, right? So when you want to pull the last one, you have to turn your 12 to a 6 for it to lie down this way. So I don't bother doing that because it's a lot of brain work. And the fourth direction will just be using 12, 9, 6, 12, 9, 6. And that's the fourth one. Sorry guys, I did not realize I was muted. I was answering you. I'm so sorry. So hi Abigail, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me today. I'm actually in Canada. Where are you joining me from? Let me know in the comment section. I could guess. Are you streaming from the United Kingdom, UK, or USA? Which one? Let me know. And hello Rose, how are you doing? Thank you once again for joining the live stream. My name is Kemalise. Hi Becky, how are you? Thank you guys for joining us in the stream today. So what I'm doing is Microlocs Retie. We've done demo on how to do your 3-point rotation. How many logs is that this client has? That's James asking. Good question. She she does not know. So I've been maintaining her logs for it's over a year now, right?
2023, 24.
Yeah, since 2023. But we never counted. I could just give you a rough guess. Okay, James is from Oklahoma in the United States. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate this. But I could give you a guess. So she should have anything from 380 to 420 locks on a normal day. That's if you count all the ones that are. Yeah, so she's somewhere between there. Looking at the size and the size of the cut. This is like the second to the smallest cut for micros, right? Is the first size in sister locks. So yeah, so around that sizing for her, but I'm not exactly sure of the number because we have not counted. But now that you have, you might just as well count, just to know how many locks she has. Now we are curious. We want to know. See what I did here? I was going to go this way. See how easily it's divided. So that tells you this was the last rotation. So you see how I just changed direction immediately. So you need to take note of that. If I go in that direction, I will only create holes in our lock. I'll do a demo for us just to see what that looks like. I apologize in advance, but I'm going to undo it. You want to see what that looks like? Creating holes in your lock. So you see, this is a so it divides in the direction where the last retie is. So if I decide to now go in this direction instead of in that direction and lock it, I do that again. Do that again. See what I've done. See how I've turned it into 2 ropes. So by the time I do one of this, see, it's not going more than this. This gap will always be there. So that's how people have holes in their locks. So we don't want to do that. Okay. Now I'll reverse what I've done and do the right way. If what I just demonstrated makes sense to you, let me know in the comment section. You can also click on the like button to let me know. So that's why I said when you're doing your rotations, you don't want to go in the same direction more than once in a cycle. If you have holes in your locks, I have a video that shows you how to repair holes, or even if you're a loctician or you're planning to be one, that's a good video to watch. It's just about 4 or 5 minutes. And I had a client with a lot of holes in her lock. She was a transfer client, so we documented how we fixed all the holes, and she refused to go back to her loctician. I'm sorry. Yeah. One thing that causes O easily is if you are doing 2-point rotation. It's easy to lose because you're only going in two directions, upside, upside. It's easy to lose track of what was the last one I did. So the tendency to do one direction more than once is increased when you do 2-point rotations. And I have clients that I do 2-point rotation is 4. So if I notice your hair is thinning, I would go 2 points just to make it, to make the ties, how do I say it, to make it have a bigger look, to make it full. Yeah, thank you. Just to fit the remaining part of the hair. So that part is going to lock a little bit more loosely than the rest, giving it that thickness for what your lock should be like. Once your scalp has recovered from whatever reason why is, or we repaired the reason for the thinning, I would go back to that in your next couple of appointments and tighten it. Okay, so it's just a temporary fix for thinning locks for me to do 2-point rotations. I don't do that all the time. So the summary is that try to prevent creating holes when you're retying. Either you're doing it for yourself or you are doing it on someone's hair. Jasmine said, what is the average amount of time that it takes to complete the retightening? Anywhere from, for me, anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. And that depends on the amount of growth I have to work on. Do we have repairs to do? When was your last retie? And all that. Hi, James Bennett. Yeah, so you said you're noticing a variation to the color at the tips. Is that due to extension or coloring? So it's due to coloring. This is all our hair. Thank you for asking, though. But it's definitely possible to start your locks with extension if you're wondering. Um, I use human hair extension. There are different techniques of starting with extension. Okay, so there are different techniques of starting with extension. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to upload a video on how I do that. But don't worry, once I have a client who is going to use an extension, we'll be live, okay? So turn on the notification button to get notified. However, I do have a video where I showed you what the journey is like for a client I started at Locks with Extension about a year ago. So I was showing you the update of how we started, what it looked like, and what it is looking like right now. So that's a video for you to watch also. It's quite informative. We said a lot of things, how to maintain your locks if you're using extension, the kind of extension I used, and how much it costs. All those information are in the video. You can check it out once you have the time to do that. Thank you, James Bennett. Thank you so much for that compliment. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Okay, Mrs. James Bennett, or I'm assuming, sorry about that. James Bennett is asking, how often do you recommend your clients come for a retightening? So it depends on the number of locks the client has, what we did at installation. For this particular client, she does 8 weeks retire appointment. So this is our 8 weeks of growth. Generally for Microlocs, I recommend from 6 to 10 weeks maximum of retire. Okay, depends on how fast your hair grows too. When I start locks, the first retire is going to be 6 weeks. That will help me have an idea of how fast the hair is growing and what you expect. Plus, in that appointment, because you just add new install, the possibility of having slippage is high, so it's good I catch it early and prevent you to have a lot of slippage. So the first one will always be 6 weeks, then we would adjust as time goes by. So anything between 6 to 10 weeks is what I do for Microlocs and sister locks. It's only on very rare occasion that sister locks would have to do 4 weeks, and that's for people with 600 and above locks. I hope that answers your question. Hi Pamela, how are you doing today? Hope you're good. I'm good and hope your day is going as planned. Where are you watching from? I'm streaming live from Manitoba, Canada. And what we are doing in today's live stream is Microlocs Retie. I'm using 3-point rotation. And for this client, this is a 8 weeks retie appointment. You can drop your questions, comments, or contribution in the comment section. I would be super happy to have you interact with me, guys. So if you missed any part of this live stream, we have talked about a lot of things. The replay should be available immediately after the stream, I think. And there is 2 parts to it. The first part, I think my internet was down, so it ended on its own. I had to continue from where that happened. So you might see um, two live streams with the same thumbnail. That's the reason for it, okay? And I have here Batista is always saying hi. He's also saying hi. Here he's saying just got mine done. Oh my god, welcome to the club. Welcome to the gang. How you doing? How is it? Hope you're loving the journey. You can share what you like so far about the journey and let me know when is your next retie. How many weeks do you have before you install and you retie? Hi Andre, how are you doing? You're good? Andre, how are you doing? Lillian, how are you? Hope you are doing good. Thank you for joining us in today's retie live stream. In case you're new to the channel, my name is Camelise, and on this space I show you live videos of myself working on clients' hair, be it braids, twists, cornrows, or even locks. I show it to you firsthand as I'm doing it. So if you like to learn more about caring for your hair or even for caring for other people's hair, this is the channel to join. You will have lots of content coming your way weekly. I do a live stream at least 4 times every week. Okay, Monday to Saturday. So you can turn on the notification bell to get notified when we have live sections coming your way. Sorry, can you come up a bit more? Just for this one. Thank you. Hi, know how you doing? Hope you're good. I'm doing good and hope your day is going fine. Thank you for joining today's live stream. Hi, Go Shelly. Thank you for joining today's live. How are you doing? Hope you're good. My name is Kemilis, and um, thank you for being a part of today's live stream where we are doing a Microlocs Retie. We are almost at the finish line. I'm super excited for that. So, yeah, if you have any question, you can please drop that in the comment section. I'll be super excited to answer to the best of my ability. So, yeah, if you've been with me for quite a bit and you're here to click on the subscribe button, this is your time to do so. I have another live section coming up tomorrow. Turn on the notification button so that you get to know about when it comes up. And tomorrow's live section is going to be super amazing. It's a surprise. Yeah, I'll be working on a very short hair. I've had people ask me like, how long should my hair be before I start locks? So tomorrow's live stream is for you guys. Around the same time tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you for the support thus far. I see the subscriptions, the likes, the comments. Thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate it. And you can let me know what kind of video you like me to do. I would make sure to come live with that video for you once I have a client that needs the service, but you can let me know. I don't show all the clients because I don't want to be repeating the same thing over and over again, or I might feel like people might not really need this, so I might have been ignoring what you want to see. So let me know in the comments what you would like to see next, and we'll work on making that possible. How are you doing, Angelica? Thank you for joining today's live stream. My name is Kemilis. We're almost done. Just about 4 locks to go. So what I do after this is just the after locks care. We'll hold the scalp and do a massage, but today we are not holding our scalp. But I would do a lot of hydration. I use my hydration mist. I did not use that today because we just washed the hair, so it's like highly hydrated. My hand feels wet actually. So on a normal day I will use the hydration mist. I know I promised last week to upload a video on how I create the mist. I've recorded the video but yet to do the voiceover, so guys, it should come up anytime soon. Another reason to turn on your notification bell. So yeah, there you have it. This is the hand. You want to shake your head for us? Yeah. You're not shaking it now. Yeah. Thank you. It's beautiful. I love the color blend. Yeah. And that's everything for today. Thank you everyone for joining us in today's live stream. So we'll see you again. Bye.